Hi guys. Um, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that as of the recording of this video, I have been on keto for exactly 1 year, 365 days. That year has brought a lot of changes. Uh, it's seen a lot of tears. It's been surreal, to say the least. Um, this year has been I've had more life changes in this year uh, that it didn't have anything to do with keto, or some didn't have anything to do with keto, some did. That it's weird looking back on the changes that has come about. But um, I weighed this morning and I have lost 120 pounds. It's funny, when I started keto, I couldn't imagine the amount of changes that would happen. I couldn't fathom it. Um, when I started keto, I didn't start it as knowing that I was going to be on this for the rest of my life. I couldn't see a year down the road. I had made myself a promise that I would do it faithfully for 6 weeks. That's all. That's all. Um, if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. And, I hadn't lost anything. Um, the funny thing is 6 weeks came and went, and I didn't even really notice it. I kept going. About 8 weeks into it is when I realized it was really kind of effortless. That's when I realized that I wasn't hungry all the time. Um, it was easier for me to say no to, somebody handed me something. And so I kept going. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 months. My first weight, when I went in, I had lost like a major amount of weight that first real weigh-in. And I can't say it's all been complete weight losses. I've had weight gains, like everybody does. But the thing is that the losses outweighed the gains. I might have gone in and I would, gain a little bit, but I was still less than what I had started. It's just, the first 20 pounds, and then it was exciting, and then 50 pounds came and went. I didn't even realize that I had, lost that much, and then I have to say the hardest to lose was that first 100 pounds. And y'all know, if y'all been watching my videos, I was nearly banging my head to get to that 100-pound loss. But I did. I didn't give up. And I'm not giving up. Things are different. I feel better. And I still have, obviously looking at me and my dirty shirt. Obviously I've got at least another 200 pounds to go. But I've gotten over that first hurdle. I know I can do it, and I know that this is the way it's going to be, which is no big deal. The food is good. I feel better. I'm doing more. I actually feel more like getting up and doing things now, where I didn't before. I don't hurt as much as I do, or I did. Um, it really messes up the flow when your camera decides, that's a big enough file. We'll stop here. Um, what was I saying? I find myself doing more, feel like doing more than I did. And, you know, before, probably people would have said that I was lazy. But they didn't understand. I didn't have the energy. I hurt all the time. You know, to walk from here to my parents' house, which was not very far, and my back was hurting. I would have to sit down the moment I got into their house because I hurt. Um, I couldn't breathe very well. You know, parking at Walmart and walking in, I would have to find a buggy because that's as far as I could go. And if there wasn't a buggy, I'd have to sit on the bench until I could get one. It just, people didn't understand that. They just thought I was lazy. My feet hurt. My knees hurt. I had broke one of my knees a few years back. And the other one had started giving me a lot of trouble. And it's all that weight and inflammation. And when that happens, it compounds and makes it worse. But this year, I can really feel the difference. My knees don't hurt as bad. I can walk up the steps and not even think about my knees anymore. My back still hurts every once in a while. My back hurts today because I stood up all day and I can't say I stood up the whole day, but I was baking the whole day. So there was a lot of up and down and, a lot of standing, which I couldn't have done this last year. I couldn't have done this 6 months ago. It's just, wow, it's been a year and 120 pounds. It's just surreal. And I know that this is not the end. This is about a third way in. But it's good that I can finally see changes where it took forever for me to see changes. Other people can see changes but I couldn't. It took 100 pounds for me to see something. I was looking back at pictures and going through the different stages of pictures that I was taking, and I could kind of see, but not really. And then I looked at this last picture, which I'll post on here, and I can actually see a difference. It feels good. But wow. Part of the changes has been lifestyle, other than eating. Y'all know that me and my mom now make. Sorry, somebody's trying to call. Unknown number I never heard of before. I don't answer those. She makes jams and jellies, and I've been making baked goods to sell. And I actually, what did I do? Introduced keto buns. I started making keto buns to sell, and they're delicious. I really love them. But I sold out, and I got orders for more. And it's awesome because it tells me that there's a lot of other people out there doing this. You hear all the negative things that people, the media is trying to put down keto, and yet we know the wonderful side effects that comes with keto. And they're meeting people who's on keto and hearing the changes that happens in their lives. It's awesome, One woman was telling me that she she was sick all the time, and nobody could figure out what it was. And I mean, this lady is like, I don't know, probably in her 70s or 80s, and she cut out everything. I mean, basically, she's keto. She didn't call it keto, but yeah, she cut out gluten, and she cut out, all the stuff that we cut out. Anyway, she cut out all the stuff that we cut out, and she's not sick anymore. The doctors couldn't figure out what it was, and it was something in her diet that was causing it. You know, it's the people that's no longer on heart blood pressure and um, heart medicine, or blood. I'm trying this again. Who's no longer on blood pressure medicine, and who's gotten off of diabetes, insulin, and just all these changes, and it's in our diet. It we call it, it's the carbs that's doing it, but for one person it might be gluten, for another person it might be the sugar, for another person it might be the soy and the corn that's causing the inflammation, you know. But keto cuts out all that stuff, and so it's given our bodies to heal. Our body. Okay, let's try this again. Apparently, my video was saved to my phone and not to my SD card, and it kept showing eternal, anyway, showing that I didn't have enough memory. I've lost my track of thought. Anyway, but I just wanted to come on and tell everybody that it really does take, I say one day at a time. It's more of a one decision at a time. I think that's more my motto. Don't worry about what tomorrow brings. Worry about right now. When you're faced with, somebody giving you a piece of cake. It's one decision at a time. If you don't make the right decision right at that moment, don't sweat it. Just make sure that you make the right decision the next time. Don't beat yourself up. Mistakes happen. And, it's your life. You've got to live it. But you've got to you've got to decide what you can live with and what you can't. You have to make this your own journey. And, you decide if that journey is going to be an easy one or a hard one. For me, keto happens to be easy. And it's making life easier, Also, when I first started out, I wouldn't go to gatherings or any event that had food, because unless I brought my own food, because I worried that there wouldn't be anything that I could eat. I don't worry about that anymore. I'm informed enough that I can make, decisions. And, I generally know that, okay, they're going to have ham or turkey. There probably won't be side dishes, so I'll bring a side dish. Or, I make things easier for myself. I don't worry that somebody's not going to have a dish prepared, especially for me, because it's not their place to do that. It's my place. And when I change my thought process, things become easier. And this is just the first year. I've got many more years of this to go, and I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to share with you. It's been a year. It's been a roller coaster, but it's doable. I could do it. Anybody can do it. So anyway, I'm just going to let you go. I'm going to show you some pictures, and I hope your journey is as happy as, well, I can't say all my journey's been happy, but I hope your journey is successful as mine has been. So, talk to you later. Bye.